Our next guest is one of our favorite correspondents here at Smartest San Diego. Please welcome back real estate expert Billy-Colestock and his special guest from Apollo Realty Investments, Jim Ritter.
All right, welcome to the show, fellas.
Thanks, man. I really appreciate it.
Did you know you were one of our favorite correspondents, Billy?
I did not
you
yet.
do now.
I do now. It's here. It's here. I appreciate that.
Great to have you. Happy New Year, et cetera, et cetera. You've done a lot of great work for us on the show and for the community of Del Cerro. Mm-hmm. Today you wanted to bring Jim Ritter on. Tell us why.
You know, I really wanted to bring Jim because of how much great work they're doing. Mm-hmm. They're doing great work in the communities. Their product is fantastic, and they really stand behind what they present to the market. So I really wanted to bring that to the forefront so that they can tell people a little bit about their business.
Okay, Jim, tell us your story. What's
so as Billy mentioned, our company is Apollo Realty Investments. So we buy distressed homes, renovate them, and resell them.
Okay.
So there's quite a few out there. There's always going to be houses that have foundation problems or haven't been updated in years, and so we buy those and renovate them.
So would you call yourselves a flipper?
I don't like that term.
Is that a bad word, F word, flipper?
Well, there are some renovation companies that do, people call it lipstick on a pig, where they just do the very bare minimum and sell it. But we don't do that because we have a reputation to uphold. And so when we sell these things, we stand behind them. The buyer may come back to us in a year. Oh, this issue came up. We're going to fix that, because although that buyer's never going to buy another house from us, likely the agent that worked with them, we want to be on good terms with them. So
okay, that makes sense.
Seen that.
Yeah.
And that's the thing. This is the product that they present to the market. They're always trying to better their product, better their systems, and make sure that they're putting something out there that's good.
Yeah, I've never heard of an investor group or a flipping company that will come back a year later and fix something if there's a problem. I've never heard of that before.
Yeah.
So that's definitely going to make you stand out amongst the crowd. Is it getting more difficult now in San Diego because prices are higher, and we keep hearing people say low inventory? Is that making your business more difficult right now?
Well, the way we've sort of worked it is purchase the home, renovate it in 3 to 4 weeks, get it back on the market, put a good product out there so it sells after a week on the market, 30-day escrow. So we buy it in January, we're out of it at the end of February. So we're in and out.
Wow.
So we're barely touching the market. We don't want to be exposed, because if prices go down, we're a for-profit business. So we've been very careful to just not expose ourselves to changing markets, and every neighborhood has its own little separate micro economic factors. So we just look at each Del Cerro, for example. We know it well. We know the specific niches in there, so we'll buy something, renovate it to what the buyers are looking for there, put it on the market. And
I think that makes sense to talk about Del Cerro then, just because Billy is our guy in Del Cerro, because you just mentioned it.
Yeah.
So when it comes to Del Cerro, Billy, this is a community of homes that are the 70s mostly. Were built in the 70s.
Mostly.
So we're talking, okay, it's been a while now. It's been 40 years or more in some cases. It's time for a lot of these homes to get some major work done to them.
Sure.
And if someone bought a home originally there and hasn't done any of that work, let's say they've grown up there, raised their family there, now they're ready to move on to the next thing, there may be a lot of work that needs to be done. Does that coincide well with what Jim does?
Well, absolutely, because what's going on in that community is like you say, people have lived in their homes for 30, 40 years. Maybe they haven't done a lot of upgrades to the home. Maybe they haven't done the improvements. Or maybe just the property isn't what the market is desiring right now.
Gotcha.
And so, yes, it is a perfect property for them. Now, Jim and his company are a for-profit business, and so they are going to be writing offers that might be lower than what the market is going to bear. Yet, if you're someone who's looking for, maybe you inherited the property, and you don't want, and you're out of state, and you don't want to mess with bringing the property up to date, up to the current selling standards, then this is going to be the right avenue for you.
Okay, that makes sense. Because when we look at the Del Cerro community in general, we see that it's not growing. It kind of is what it is. There's one little development. I think they're going to build 20 homes or something like that, and there hasn't been a development there in decades.
Right.
So it kind of is what it is. And what you see a lot of times in those types of communities is the sellers don't have to make as many improvements to get away with selling the property for close to market value. because of the fact that there just aren't that many homes for sale. Someone wants to live in Del Cerro. Okay, yeah, we'll have to deal with that. We'll have to take care of it on our own as the buyer. So I feel like if you did have a property to sell and you were able to get it into tip-top shape, you might be able to really get a lot of money for it.
Yeah, absolutely.
Beck, do you have a question?
Yeah, I was going to say, kind of based off of what you said, I think this is more of a question for you, Jim, but I'm sure you can answer as well, Billy. What types of things should these people who've been living there for years and years and years, what should they be looking for in regards to this?
Really anything that is going to affect the house's ability to get financing on it. So foundation problems. If it has a wood shake roof, a lot of these things can restrict a buyer being able to get financing. And so it's going to have to sell to a cash buyer like us because the bank just won't loan on it based on its condition. So yeah, the main things are the foundation problems. Other things that may not be apparent to a bank, but an appraiser that goes into a property, but will be apparent to a buyer when they do an inspection, are plumbing problems. Old cast iron. These older homes, they have it. Cast iron collapses, and that's going to scare away a lot of buyers. And so that's where we come in. We're used to purchasing homes with thousands of dollars of repairs needed. And obviously we have competition. We're competing against other investors, but unfortunately, back to some of the flippers, one little tactic is submit a high price when you know there are repairs needed, and then ask for price reductions later. And so we don't do that. Again, we have a reputation to uphold, so by doing that, you only burn bridges. Oftentimes we're paying for the closing costs as well, so title and escrow, broker commissions. I mean, we want to make that process as smooth and as easy as possible for homeowners. So we'll write our offer. If it's not on the market, the seller just comes to us directly. We just write the offer and we say we're going to pay all the closing costs. So pretty much we give a net offer, and that's what the seller's going to get at the end.
Fantastic stuff. I want to take this opportunity, since I have you guys and I have a couple minutes left. You guys are very active in the real estate market here in San Diego. What does the future of the San Diego real estate market hold, in your opinion?
You want to go first?
Yeah, I'm optimistic. We talk about what a healthy market should be, and we should see gentle ups and downs in values. I think we're going to see a little bit of an increase this year. For me, I'm obviously investing in homes that need to be renovated, and I'm in and out of the market quickly. So for me, I just need to pay attention to the houses that are pending, calling those agents and seeing exactly where those are closing at, and just paying attention to overall market times. Billy, I don't know what you with the your overall.
I said it last time is that I agree with Jim that we're going to see a small increase with the interest rates. That's going to definitely affect affordability, the affordability index in San Diego. We still have very low inventory. The inventory probably will go up, but if we stay underneath 3 months of inventory, we will see increases in the market. It's just a matter of how much. So it'll be interesting to see where our inventory is in April. March, April is where we typically see the inventory peak.
Gotcha.
So that will kind of be the telltale sign of what happens overall in San Diego, whether we start to see a little bit of a decline or if we continue on that upward trend that we've been on.
Fantastic stuff. You can see why he's our guy in Del Cerro. If you're looking to buy or sell real estate, call Billy Colestock. Thank you guys so much for both being here today and sharing your knowledge. Appreciate it very much.
Thank you.
Stick around for more Smarter San Diego TV, where we guarantee to make you smarter than everyone else, commercial free.